Hey, I'm Will Willimon, and we're looking at various Christian beliefs and virtues and defining them as we do our Christian ABCs. And, the word for today, humility. Humility, close cousin of humus. And after Jesus, human. What separates Jesus from other kings? Humility. Though he could have chinned up to our definitions of God Almighty, Jesus chose humility. For followers of Jesus, humility is what the world does to us sometimes, rather than a spiritual virtue worked up by us. Jesus said, "You must turn and become as a little child." That's humbling. And that seems like an odd saying, because ever tried to be humble? I think behind that statement, becoming as a little child, is the claim, you walk with Jesus long enough, sooner or later, the world will humble you. And that's tough if you're into maturity and popularity and bigness and fame. But good news if you're down, because it means that in your downward descent, you are close to the kingdom. While humiliation is always degrading and humiliating, for any of its pain, sometimes God uses our humbling as an opportunity to turn ever closer toward us. Nobody gets near a crucified God without some stooping. The world curses, or often ridicules, at least, the humble. Jesus castigated the proud and blesses the downcast, the poor in spirit, drawing to himself all of the spiritually inept, incompetent, deficient, so often looked down upon by the spiritually adept. When you come into your glory, who'll get to sit next to you in your majesty? The disciples ask at his Last Supper. Jesus takes a bowl and a towel. He kneels down and washes our feet. And he says, "No, you try it." We looked up, we shouted to God, "Oh God Almighty, tear the heavens and come down." Only to look down and see God Almighty kneeling at our feet. Every time we're humbled by the judgments of God, humbled by our critics, or by the results of our own stupidity, we come undone. We're pushed down. We're pushed back for a moment. We're back. And we remember Genesis, how God made humanity out of mud. And remember, we would be nothing without the work of God. Humility teaches us that for all of our virtues and competencies, we are not God. We are humus. We are living on borrowed breath. Also humbling that for all of our all too human weaknesses, God chose humble us to turn the world upside down so that God could put the world right side up from the bottom up. Humility. Join me again as we celebrate the joy of Christian believing